every pixel has a color, and those pixels with different colors make up an image. Okay, so a bitmap is basically the mapping of all the pixels inside an image. Now you have different compression algorithms there. For instance, if you have a file, a bitmap file that has the extension BMP, that one has no compression algorithm. Okay, but if you have a JPEG or a PNG, that one has a little bit of compression algorithm. Uh, so if you have an image, let's say for instance like this one here, uh, the whole image, and then a bitmap would say this pixel up here is black, this pixel up here is black, this one here is black, and so on. Another JPEG or a PNG would actually say, you know what, uh, the whole row, which would be 736 pixels, the whole row is black. So instead of going one by one by one, like here, it actually gives you it tells you how many pixels are black. So that's kind of like a compression algorithm. Okay, we're not gonna get too much into that, but that is a bitmap. Now, can anyone tell me what a vector is?
The vector is an instruction, and with the line, but when you get zoom, you you can't see the bits.
Okay,
Something.
correct. So a vector, as you can see here, a bitmap is just every pixel what color it has, right? So you can see it here. And a vector basically is the instructions of how to draw objects. So when you get in closer, when you zoom in, you still you'd redraw the object, so you don't see any pixels. Okay, so that is a vector. Now what we're gonna do here is we're gonna add vectors, images to our web page. Now, normally vectors are more geometric figures, not necessarily. There's one here, but it's not very good. Vectors are normally geometric figures, okay, like circles and squares and stuff like that. They're normally not um, uh, photographs. Okay, so for photographs, this is not going to work. Okay, so we're going to add basic shapes into our web page. Basic shapes meaning we're able to add lines and rectangles and circles and polygons. Polygon. I don't know how you pronounce it. Is irregular shape. So well, they're regular shapes, but they're also irregular shapes. So you can do stuff like this. Okay. So we're gonna be able to add rectangles and different shapes and circles and stuff like that. So why would we add this to our web page instead of just putting an image? Well, the it's not necessarily because the resolution is better. It's mostly because the way we're gonna add them, SVG, scale of vector graphics, allows the web page to be dynamic, meaning it allows you to through JavaScript, through DOM, remember document object model, it allows you to create and modify, change colors, change shapes, whatever of the elements. Okay, so you can do a whole bunch of stuff with those basic elements in your web page. Okay, so for instance, of course, you can do charts. You know, you can do charts. A chart is just basically lines, rectangles, and text. That is it. In this case, a pie chart, it is not a circle, it is a polygon, you can go from here to here, from here to here, and then a curved line all the way to here. Okay, so basically, whatever you see here, you can do with SVG. This is just polygons. Uh, Again, the same thing, or circles, whatever you want. You can do them with SVG. Okay, so a lot of charting libraries use SVG to create the chart. So we can do this. Another thing that we can do is layouts. For instance, this would be a little bit harder, but you can do something like this. And again, as you can see, you can do just basic lines. Even this is a circle, well, ellipsis with a different element there. And this one's a little bit harder to do, but you can do it also. So you can do something like this. And like I said, um, it can interact with the user. So you could actually, if you had, let's say, like a smart home, and you had motion sensors or different devices, you can have light up a room, or have uh, a temperature gauge here or something like that. So you can make it interactive, and when the person clicks on some part, maybe you can see images or stuff like that. Okay, so you can do certain type of layouts. Um, for instance, now imagine you wanted to do a web page where you would show a whole shopping mall, and you know what a kiosk is? Any of you know what a kiosk is? Thank you for
Croquis?
answering. A kiosk.
Oh,
Okay. Now, a normal kiosk is a very small uh, business or place like this or this. That maybe there's an information kiosk, a security kiosk, where there's a person helping you out. Maybe in a shopping mall, there's one that sells cell phones or cell phone covers or stuff like that. But for us in web development, this is a kiosk. Okay, it's an application. Is like you can see normally is oriented vertically as portrait. So this one's pretty cool. So you can interact with the user. So imagine, let's combine this one here. Well, what was the lady? This one here with this one here. What do you think we could do with those? Again, this one and this one. What could we do there? Give me ideas.
Mm,
A house or to make new spaces or rooms, I think.
Ah, come on, give me a better idea.
Rockies.
A what?
Rockies?
Rockies?
No, croquis.
Okay, well that's not a word in English. But give me an idea of
The map?
functionality. Tell me what we could do here.
It's like uh, she is search the places in the kiosk.
Okay, so how would you like that to work? To function? Okay, she goes up to the kiosk and then what?
Is the map?
Yeah, map. So how would it work? Come on, you have to have a more wider vision, more imagination. Let's say the lady is looking for women's shoes.
You can select the place and what are in that place.
Is inform
The,
is search information of the places into the place.
Partly, yes. You can click on a location and see what's there. But also, it would be a little bit better if I were looking for, let's say, like I said, this lady is looking for women's shoes. So she goes to a category, a menu or whatever, and that has different type of products, and she selects women's shoes. And in the map, all the places that sell women's shoes would light up. Okay, and she would know where to go. Or she's looking for a restroom, and then she clicks on the on the screen. Let's say there's a little icon that says restroom, and it lights up all the places where there are restrooms and stuff like that. Okay, or
Okay.
food or whatever it is. So if you have a layout like this, as you can see, the layout is two-dimensional with just a bunch of shapes that we can do, and you could um, she could look for um, different types of products, and they will light up on the kiosk on the layout. Okay. In what other um, industry could you do this? What do you think? Besides the mall, come
can you
on.
repeat? Can you repeat?
Yeah. Where else would this be useful? Same thing. A layout, a kiosk. Where would it be useful?
In a big places or big malls, I think.
Mall. We just said mall. So what else? Give me examples.
In a house plants.
A house is not. You're not gonna get lost in your own home.
Like in UTT to see where are the docencias and the cafeteria and all the things.
Cafeteria. Okay.
Cafeteria, sorry.
That is very good. Campus. We call it a campus. Okay. A campus is a normal. In this case, it would be a university campus. But there are businesses like Microsoft that has a campus. So let's say if we go Microsoft, it's in Redmond campus. Map is going to be huge. Okay, so this is Microsoft up in Redmond, Washington. So you can find where everything is. Okay. So a campus, like a university campus. Let's see, San Diego State. So you would see something like this. And let's say, oh, wait a minute, where's the IT department? Or where is the this or where is that? Okay, then I can light it up. Okay? So imagine we could do this for our school. What else?
Maybe it could be in big hospitals.
A hospital would be a good idea to find where x-rays are or where the administration area is or where ICU is or stuff like that. So a hospital would be another good idea for not patients but more people that are are looking for their patients or their family members. So a hospital, a clinic, a business office. How about I don't know, any geeks out there that would like to go to Comic Con or those type of conventions? and get a little bit lost? No, you're not geeks.
Oh yeah, into
Yes.
the band.
Oh,
Okay, so you
Like
can
some
see
expos.
the whole convention floor and see what the booths booths are, where they are, and where the stages are, and when the events are going to happen and stuff like that. So you could do that. Of course, you could do also an app, but we're not doing apps right now. We're thinking a little bit more about these type of applications, which would be kiosks. Okay. So do you think that goes with what you're actually studying? Doing these types of things. Is there a
I
Comic Con
think
now?
yes.
Ah, yeah, is there one? Whoa, that's big. San Diego Comic Con. Never been there. Don't like people, so not gonna be there. So, for instance, you could do this. Probably a little bit nicer, but that is big. Star Wars. Okay, so it does fit with what you're trying to do. Yes. No.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, Professor.
So we're gonna start learning how to do these elements, and then actually making them interact with the user. And of course, if eventually interact with databases, because for instance, all these elements, we have to have a database of all the locations and what businesses are in there and what they sell. Okay, it cannot be fixed because a store might change. This one might go out of business, and another business comes in and rents the same location. So we change the database. Or in the case of our school campus, if you're looking for me, for instance, um, I might be in one cubicle, but later on I might be in another different cubicle. Not later on, meaning I might change cubicles. Okay, so you have to do that through a database, not go into the HTML code and change stuff. Okay, because that's not the way it should work. If you have, for instance, something else that we didn't actually check, uh, something like this. Let's look at for a nice one. Mm. Well, let's assume that we're selling lots or homes. Here's one. Okay, yeah, kind of like this. So let's say we're selling homes, and so each one of these is a house, and some of them are available, some of them are not available. Okay, so you could show them the map which ones are available, which ones are not available. If you click on one, you can see more stuff about it and stuff like that. Okay, so it would also work on something like this. And as you can see, they're all just basic shapes that we can do. Okay, so we're gonna start working on this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna send you every time we ask you to do a new project. Actually, I already sent it. Um, is that means that it's gonna have a basic HTML structure, a basic JavaScript structure, basic CSS. Okay, just basic, and obviously font awesome that we did, so we can include them in our project. Okay. So I sent you that one. So every time I ask you a new project, just rename it, and so you can rename this one so you can use it. Okay, so let's create a new project. We're gonna call it SVG. So download this one, copy it into a different folder, call it SVG, and we're good to go. Okay. So right now we're using SVG, and right now, well, it doesn't have anything. It's just this. I changed the background color. We're good?
Yes, teacher. Professor.
Okay. So what we're gonna do here is first use an element called SVG, which is the container, the basically the I don't want to call it canvas, but you guys know what a canvas is, right? Is the area in which you paint. But there is actually another element called canvas in HTML, so we're not going to call it a canvas. But SVG is going to be the area in which we're going to draw. Okay.
Okay.
And we're going to give it a little bit of style because by default it has no size, just like a div. So what we're going to do here is in style, we're going to give it a little bit of styling to SVG. Height, we're going to say 600 pixels. So now we have our area, what we're going to draw. Got it?
Got it.
Yeah, we got it.
Yes, I got it.
Okay, so we're going to go back here and we're going to start drawing. The first thing we're going to do is learn how to do a line. Now, a line requires a starting point and an ending point. Okay, so starting point is a coordinate, and ending point is also a coordinate. I hope you guys understand that part, right? So we have to say what is the starting point, which would be x1, y1, and what is the ending point, which is x2, y2. All of you understand which one is the x-axis x-axis and which is the y-axis, correct? Yes?
Yes, Professor.
Okay. Now the origin of our image is going to be the upper left corner up here. This is going to be our origin. So this is 0, 0. Okay. Also, it is important to understand that sometimes the images that we're going to create are going to be able to be squished or elongated depending on the size of the element. Okay. So for instance, if I have a bar chart, a column chart, for instance, yeah, if I have this, if I make it smaller, it's not going to work right now. But if I make it larger, then these rectangles are going to be bigger, wider. But if I make it smaller, then the images are going to be a little bit smaller, okay, thinner. Okay, so in those cases, it is acceptable if the image becomes thicker or thinner depending on the width of the element of here. But if I do, for instance, a pie chart, I don't want the pie chart always has to maintain the a circle shape. Okay, I cannot squish it or elongate it. Or if I draw a football field or a layout of the shopping mall, I cannot elongate the image or squish it. Okay, because it has to maintain always the same height to width ratio. Can anybody tell me what a height to width ratio is?
Could you repeat, teacher? Professor?
Sure. I'll write it down if you can understand me, because my English is not very good. Hold on. Height to, well, actually, put it like something like this. To width ratio. You understand what that is?
I don't really know.
Aren't you guys supposed to be experts in drawing and stuff like that, in computer drawing, computer drafting? Or am I wrong? At this point, what are you guys better at than the other two areas? Nobody?
At animation, maybe, because they don't really have animation there.
And you're already good at animation?
Yeah, I think all of us, we are better than them in animation because they don't have that topic there.
Okay, so height to width ratio means that an image, like this part, not very good representation, but an image has to, when you scale it down, it has to maintain the same proportion from the height to the width, meaning it has to be the same shape. Okay, if you make the width or the height, you make it smaller, like for instance in this exercise. In this exercise, they're changing uh, 21, the height of 21, they're scaling it down to 7. So in order to maintain the same height to width ratio, how wide should the rectangle be? And that's gonna be a question that I'm gonna ask you. What would be the correct answer here?
Is
I'm gonna kick you the next time I see you guys. All of you. 35 of you.
Is 11.33.
Yeah, that would be A. It's not dot, it's point. When you're saying numbers, it's 11.33 point, not
Okay.
not dot. Okay, so all of you understand what the same height to width, what the height to width ratio means?
Yes, I got it.
Okay, so for instance, like I said, a bar chart, a column chart, we can change this ratio. We can make the columns a little bit thinner or a little bit thicker. Okay, but a layout of the shopping mall, of the homes or whatever, we cannot squish them. If we squish them, it's not going to look right. Okay, understand that part?
Yes.
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 Okay, so how do we do that? Well, here, as you can tell, the width of the element, just close this up. The width is percentage points. Okay, from here to here is 100%. Let's say 100% minus something, but just 100%. And from here to here is fixed. So sometimes we're not gonna squish the elements. We're not, or elongate them. So we're gonna have to use pixels, and sometimes we're gonna use percentage points, and to make them bigger, to make them spread all from beginning to end. Okay, to fill out the entire space. So that depends on what we're trying to do. Okay, so in the unit of measurement for the lines we're going to use, for the elements we're going to use, there are many, but we're only going to use 2: pixels and percentages. Okay, so that's the only thing we're going to use. So right now we're going to create a line, and the line is going to be on the x-axis, which, remember, the x-axis is horizontal. We're going to use percentages. For the height axis, the y-axis, which is the vertical one, we're going to use pixels. Okay, so we're going to create a line, just the elements called line, and we're going to establish the values for x1. So for x1, let's say 10%, and y1 is going to be, let's say, 50 pixels. So it should start somewhere around here. 10% is around here for the x, and 50 pixels is around here. So it should start somewhere around here. Okay, and we're gonna end it at 50%. Let's say 100 pixels. So it's gonna be a little bit of decline. So x2 is gonna be 50%, and y2 is gonna be 100 pixels. Okay. Now, if we do this line, we're not going to be able to see it. And I'm going to tell you why. Because we don't have a style for it. So it doesn't know, SVG doesn't know right now what color or thickness or whatever it should be. So we have to give it a little bit of style. But first, just do that. And we're actually going to create 3 lines. One a little bit below the other. I'm going to put 70. All right, 20, 90, and 40. So there are going to be three lines, three diagonal lines, but they're going to be like parallel to each other. We have less than a minute, so I'm going to send you another link. So finish this part. Okay, I guess most of us are back. I'm gonna send you this tutorial. It is very, very good. It explains. Let me get it from here. Everything about SVG. So, for instance, right now we're gonna do the line element. So it gives you a tutorial about lines, and then we're gonna do the rectangle. Can't find the rectangle. There it is. Rectangle. So it gives you another example of rectangles and stuff like that. Circle. We're gonna do that. Path. We're gonna do this one. We're gonna use this path. This one's a little bit more complicated because you can do curves and stuff. So, a lot more complicated. I want you also to learn transform. Where's transform? Transformation. The transformation, you can actually like rotate elements. We're gonna do that. So rotate, scale down. Skew is just like pull one of the corners and make it strange and stuff like that. So this is very, very well explained. So it has a whole bunch of elements here. So just to complement whatever I'm going to give you, you can come here and learn everything that you need to know about SVG. There's also a little bit of animation here. So for instance, that not wow animation, but something that you can do. Okay, there it goes. So animation in a pattern. So you can do stuff like that. Okay, so I just sent that here. So, study it. Take a look at it.
Okay, thanks, Professor.
Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to create styles for lines. So we're going to go here and lines. And we're going to say line. Oh, it's going to be a class. Line. We're going to give it a color. Now the color here is not going to be like background color and color. We're actually going to use two different attributes. One is going to be called stroke. The stroke is the border of the element. In the case of a line, well, it's the color of the line because there is no inner element. But in the case of a rectangle, for instance, the stroke would be the border. And the color within the rectangle is going to be called fill. Okay, as in filling something. Okay, so in the case of line, we're going to use stroke. And we're going to do a grade line. So it's going to be 5, 5, let's do 7. It's going to be gray. Now we have two different styles of line, a thick one and a little bit thin one. So line, thin. This was not really necessary because this is the default, but we're just gonna do it anyway. So line thin is gonna be 1 pixel. That's the width of the line. And line thick this one's going to be, let's say, 3 pixels. So it's going to be a dark line. And then we're going to do line dash. This one is when you have a line that has like a dot and space, dot, space, dot, space, and stuff like that. So we're going to use dash array. The dash array, we're going to give it a pattern of how long the line is and how long the space is. So right now I'm going to say that the line is going to be 10 pixels long and the space is going to be 5 pixels long. So it's going to be a line of 10 pixels and a space of 10 pixels, line of 10 pixels, and so on. Got it?
Got it.
I get it.
I got it.
Okay, so we're going to apply those styles. The first one, we're just going to say it's a line. And line thin, but again, it doesn't really, well, just line. The thin doesn't really matter because that's the default. Then the second one is going to be line and then line thick. And the last one is going to be line thick, line dash.
I get it.
Okay, so again, the dash array, this one here, dash array, that is the 10 pixels, 5 pixels, 10 pixels, 5 pixels, 10 pixels, 5 pixels. That's the pattern. Now you can actually, I believe, do a little bit more. So if you want dash dot, you can do like then 2 pixels and 5 pixels. So it's dash dot. So it's 10 pixels, 5 pixel space, then 2 pixels the dot, then 5 pixels the space, and then you repeat the pattern. Okay. Got it?
Got it.
So
Yes, got
again, since you're using percentages for the start and the end, or the x-axis, if I make it bigger, then it goes from 10% to 50%. That doesn't change. But the y-axis doesn't change. Okay. So we can do this for some things, but not for others. Okay, we're good.
Yes.
Hold on. Put this here because I want. Okay, now we're gonna do a rectangle. Now a rectangle is just rect, and it doesn't ask for ending point and a starting point and ending point. It asks for the starting point and width and height. So it's going to be just x. So let's say 20%. Oh, let's go all the way over the other side. 60%. Y is going to be, let's say 100 pixels. Width is going to be, let's say 10%. The height is going to be 300 pixels. Now in this case, there is a default style, which is black, but just for the fill, not the stroke. So right now you would see the rectangle, but it doesn't have a border, so it doesn't have a stroke, and it doesn't have the fill by default is black. But what I want you to see imagine this is a column chart. If I make it bigger, let's say there are like 6 of them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then if I were to make it bigger, hold on. If I were to make it bigger, the columns would just be bigger. Okay, no problem there. For a column chart, it's not a problem. But if this is the lot of the house that you're selling, and you do this, then that is a problem. Okay, but not for columns, for not for charts. Got it?
Yes, I got it.
Got it.
Okay, give me 5 minutes or 2 minutes because I have to go do something.
Okay.
Okay, professor.
Okay, professor.
Okay, I'm back. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna give it a little bit of style to the rectangle. We're just gonna call it rectangle. And we're gonna do two things. The stroke, which would be the color of the border. And I'm gonna go here. And it's gonna be a rectangle, so I'm gonna use this for the border. And the fill is gonna be the color inside. So I'm gonna use 400. And again, the stroke, you can make it lighter or dark, wider or dash. You can apply the same thing here. I think the border is a little bit dark. Okay, so put whatever color you want there. And here in index, we're just gonna apply the class. I didn't save it. You have to save it. Okay, so and in this case, since it's SVG, and if you make it, larger, it's still a vector. Kind of strange because it's still only 50%, but you can see the width of the border there. Okay, got it?
Got it.
Yes, I got it.
And the circle is very similar. So we're gonna do the style first. So stroke, I'm gonna change colors. We're gonna make it blue. Actually, this one here. And fill. Okay, just a little bit lighter, the fill. And so a circle, we could do circle. And then what we're gonna need to give it is the coordinates for the center. So it's gonna be CX. I'm gonna put it in the middle of the screen, 50%. CY, and I'm gonna put 300 pixels. And guess what this is?
Radio.
Hey, yes, radius. Okay, that's the radius of the circle. It's a circle. So I'm just gonna add the class. There's a circle. I'm gonna move the rectangle a little bit over to the right. There it goes. Got it?
Yes, I got it.
Yes.
Okay. So we're gonna do now text. Gonna be text. In this case, again, we're gonna put the where we're gonna start writing. So it's gonna be X. Let's say 50%. Y. We're gonna say 400 pixels. 450 pixels. And then I'm gonna put 3 of them. Right now, obviously, they're going to be aligned in the same place. But we're going to change the style on that. Get a little bit more 40. Okay. So as you can see, the X value indicates the starting point. It's actually the lower left corner of the text. Okay, so right where I'm pointing, that's where it starts. So 50% and 450 on the Y in this case. Okay, got it?
Got it.
Okay, so we're gonna do some styling there. We're gonna say text, and we're gonna do the color, just the fill, no border. So the color is gonna be, let's choose a color here. We do green text. Ah, guess I didn't copy it. And then we're gonna do text small. This one's gonna be font size. Same thing. Let's do 10 points. Text normal. font size 12 points. Text big, font size, let's do 18 points. Then text bold, font size, I'm sorry, font weight, bold. And then we're gonna do the alignment. So text left, well actually left is by default, so text centered. I'm gonna say, we're gonna use something called text anchor. So the anchor is where your coordinates are. So by default is start. But in the case you want to center it, we're gonna say middle. So the coordinates are actually in the middle of the text. And we're gonna say text right, text anchor, we're gonna use end. So the values that I gave you, the coordinates are gonna be at the end. Okay, got it?
Not yet.
I got it.
Okay.
Got it.
So we're just gonna apply the styles. So class text, I'm gonna say text small. And this one, the class text normal, and text centered. Text big, text bold, text right. Didn't fit. Okay, I'm gonna do, this one's gonna be right, and this one's gonna be center. Otherwise, it won't fit. Huh. Guess I have to change this. That makes more sense. It's actually not aligned, it's more like anchored. And the pronunciation is anchor, not anchor. Just in case. We're good?
Yes, Professor.
Yes, all good.
Any questions?
Mm, I don't think.
Okay. Do you guys know what this is? If you don't know, then you didn't have a childhood. Do you guys know what that is?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Well, the next element, the next tag we're going to use is kind of like that. You have to draw lines from one coordinate to the other coordinate to the other coordinate, and so on to make a figure. Now, you can do them. They can be straight lines or they can be curved lines. Right now, we're going to do only straight lines, but later on, I'm going to show you how to do curved lines. Okay? So basically, you start off at one point, and then you create lines to different points, and then you close out the element. Okay? So we're going to create a style for that. Actually, we're going to create 3 styles. And we're going to do them purple stairs. Just fill, no. And do a little bit more contrast. So just put 3 colors. Got it?
I got it.
Got it.
Okay, so we're going to do a path here. And in this case, it's going to be
No.
a path. But we're going to create some stairs. So first is path. And then we're going to assign the class first, which is stairs. And then the D attribute is actually the direction, the instructions that how you're going to draw the element. So the first thing we have to do is move our cursor to a particular coordinate and then start drawing from there. So we're going to do, and this is all pixels, okay, no percentages. So we're going to move to, let's see, where we're going to start. we're gonna do our stairs. I'm gonna move the circle a little bit to the right also. Okay. Okay. 60 is fine. Okay, so I'm gonna do the stairs right around here. So they're not gonna be percentages because I don't want to squish this the stairs. So it's gonna be 50. This is 300. So 50 to 50. And then I'm gonna create a line, a vertical line. So since it's a vertical line, I'm sorry, a horizontal line. Since it's a horizontal line, if it's a horizontal line, which coordinate doesn't change, the X or the Y? Somebody has needs to mute their mic. Hey, somebody has a lot of noise. Thank you for. There you go. Okay, so again, the question is, when you have a horizontal line, which coordinate doesn't change, the X or the Y?
I think the X doesn't change.
You would think wrong. Which one doesn't change?
The Y.
The Y. If it's horizontal, the Y doesn't change. If it's vertical, the X doesn't change. Okay, so in this case, I'm gonna draw a line, a horizontal line which is 50 pixels long. And then I'm gonna draw a vertical line, again, which is 50 pixels long, which would be same X, but 300 in Y. And then finally, I'm gonna close out with a Z. I'm gonna close out the element, which means that is gonna draw a line all the way to the starting point. So back to 50, 250. So we have that. It starts at 50, 250, then goes to 100, 250, and then goes to 100, 300, and so on. Got it?
Got it.
Okay, how do I
Got it.
draw the next step? How do I draw the next step?
Can you repeat?
Yeah, I said it 3 times, but again, how do I draw the next step in the stairs? As you can see, my cursor is before the Z, after the 100 and 300, so it's here. So from here, what do I do to draw the next stair, the next step? Come on. Anytime you're ready. Give me coordinates.
To the how do you say Y?
Why?
Why?
You don't have to give me coordinates like that. we have less than a minute. The first value you give me is always X. The second value you give me is always Y. So you can just give me the values. So for instance, here I don't have to say X50, Y250. I just have to say 50, comma 250. You have less than a minute. Nobody can give me the next step? Okay, so I need the coordinates for the second step. We left it here. How did I do this part here? Come on.
I got it, Professor.
What?
I got it.
Okay, tell me.
The course,
The what?
the course
Coordinates. Yes.
coordinates. Okay. The first is M100.
No, 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 no. What do you mean M? M is only once. That's where you start. So as you can tell here from line 32, I moved the cursor to 50, comma, 250. So this is 50 to 50. Then I drew a line to 100 to 50. Then I drew another line to 100, 300. Then I drew another line to
100, right?
that way. Okay, then I drew another line here, and then one to here, and then I close it out with the Z. I showed you one that I shouldn't have shown you. Okay, So the ones that you can see, the ones that you have is move the cursor. That means do not draw. Move the cursor to 50, 50 to 50. Then draw a line to 100 to 50. Then draw another line to 100, 300. And with the Z, close it out to the start of the image. So since I'm here, how do I go to here? How do I draw a line to here? What are the coordinates?
Okay. It's 300. No, it's L 200 to 300.
No, that's too big. The steps are 50 pixels, not
I
100
have
pixels.
Oh,
I have 300 L 150 and the same again. And
No,
after
no, you have to give me two coordinates.
300.
What is the coordinate for this point here?
that point is 150 and 300.
Okay, so I drew a line to 150, 300. And then how do I go to here?
To is 300 to.
Now, what do you mean 300? I will go all the way to over here.
Okay. Is 150 to
Don't say
350.
2. It's not 2. It's a coordinate. So 150, comma, what?
It's 150 and 350.
350.
Okay, so 150, 350. And then I close it out. Okay? You guys understanding this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Everybody or just the two of you?
Yes, I
I
understand.
have 30 students and only 2 are answering. Okay, add 2 more steps, but don't close it out in a diagonal. Go to over here. So add 2 more steps.
Two more. Okay.
I want to cover that. I don't want to show you. Got it?
Mm, not yet, Professor. I have a little problem. Mm, I can with the fourth path. I don't know why.
The 4 steps?
The first step, yes. Mm,
Oh, I got it.
Okay, we're good?
It's at value in
Yeah.
50 to 50.
This one?
We should have to do the stairs like yours, Professor.
Yeah.
All right.
mm,
I got it.
Okay, everybody done?
not yet, Professor.
Come on, hurry up.
I'm done.
Okay, so now we're gonna do a 3D. So we're gonna create a path. Which I'm gonna call uses the class stairs light. And I'm gonna move again to 50, comma, to 50 to starting point. And then I'm gonna draw a line to 100, comma, 200. And then a line to a 150, comma, 200. then a line back down. That would be 150, comma 250, and then close it out. That should give me the top stair. 200. Come on. There you go. So I have the top stair there. Now you guys need to finish it out. This part here is dark. The stair shadow. So finish out the steps. Pretty easy. All right.
I got it.
Okay, all of them. All the 4 steps.
Got it, Professor.
Everybody good?
Done, Professor.
Okay.
Okay, so let's see. This one is shadow. Okay, go to 100, 50, then 150, 200, and then 150, 250, and 100, 300. There you go. And we need to move 50, 50. So add 50 to all of them. Yeah. But you can also do this and put it in the same path. So in case you wanted to change the style for that, just close out the different paths with a Z. So in case you wanted to change the style for this, you would only change it once, or do something with this, you would only do it once instead of 4 times. So 50 again. And I have to add 100 here. There you go. So this is kind of fun, isn't it? There you go. So now it starts getting interesting. Got it?
Not yet.
Okay. So you guys are gonna do virtual reality and augmented reality and all that stuff, right?
Yes.
Okay. So what I want you guys to do is I want you to do a floor plan of your homes, both um, both floors. If you live in a 2-floor home, I know most of you live like this. What is this? I'll try to keep it simple. Look at that! Wow. Okay. It's gonna look more like, what was the other one I was looking at? It should look like something like this. You don't have to put patterns if you want, or the uh, make it simple, but try to use colors like these, not green or this. Try to do something a little bit nicer looking. So do something like this. I don't think you can do this. So something like this. Okay. So actually measure your home so you can maintain the correct ratio. I don't want your let's say that your living room, your bedroom to be like this, and your bed to be this size. Okay, unless that's the actual correct dimensions of your house. Okay,
Can you repeat
can I repeat what?
about that? What happened with
What do you mean? Can I repeat? I'm not going to repeat everything. What did you understand and what did you not understand?
mm,
Yes. What was it that you didn't understand?
I don't understand what you said. I
Oh, come on.
I
You're
am
not paying attention. If you're
I
not paying
am
attention, I'm not gonna repeat myself.
I am doing the straight.
I don't care. If I'm explaining, you need to pay attention. You cannot tell me you didn't understand anything. That is unacceptable, and you know that. If you tell me I have a question with this, that is perfectly fine. But if you tell me I didn't understand anything, repeat everything you said, that is not acceptable. And you should know that by now. Okay? If any of your classmates wants to explain it to you, that's fine. But do not tell me repeat all the instructions because you weren't paying attention. That is disrespectful for the professor. Okay? So don't do that. Anybody care to explain to your classmate what you're gonna do? I guess nobody likes you.
We need to create our house plan with the
Floor plan.
floor
The
plan.
correct
Yeah,
term is up here, floor plan.
floor plan. Yeah, and with the correct measures and all of that.
For both floors of your home, if you have 2 floors. So remember, a wall is dark like this. A window, I don't know what this is. A window is like this. Okay. Doors are like this. They show where to which side they open. So the door swings like this. And well, you're gonna have to learn a little bit about architecture. This is a door, bathroom, bedroom, closet, stuff like that. Okay? Do the best you can.
Okay, understood.
Yeah, show me that you can do something nice. Use colors like this. This looks way better than this. This doesn't look very nice. Okay? But this does. So imagine that you're doing the layout of the house and you're gonna show a temperature sensor here, a motion sensor over here, stuff like that. Okay? So you don't have to actually do it like exactly like this one, but you can do something like nice. Got it?
Got it.
For
Got it.
those of you that do like this, I'm
Yeah,
sorry
got
for
it.
you. Don't do this. That's too much. And next week you'll do this one. No, I'm just kidding. You're not gonna do that.
Teacher,
Yeah.
do we have to do every furniture in our house?
No, not every furniture, just the main one, like the bed or the sofa or dining room table, stuff like that.
Okay, thanks.
You don't have to show me where everything is. This is my t-shirt on the floor and stuff like that. You don't have to do that. Okay? Any questions? Are you gonna be able to do this with other applications?
Not yet. At least not me.
But will you be able to when you finish?
Oh, yeah.
That's gonna be cool. Okay, but for now, let me see if I can find like I don't live here, so don't try to look for me. Let's see if I can find an image or something like that. Yeah, there's one. Something like this, but not 3D. Do it 2D. There you go. There's one. I don't know if you live here, then maybe you already have it. You can just copy this and tell me it's yours. Something like this. You can add these type of images to SVG. And so, for instance, there is
Do we can
SVG
or can't?
3. Picture. Architectural tree. So, for instance, PNG, you can save it, and you can put images inside SVG. So, for instance, a little bit more complex stuff, you can do it. But the actual layout and stuff, do it on your own.